What's up, y'all?
Hey, guys.
I will subscribe to you.
Go ahead and subscribe.
Yes.
And I haven't said click that bell. I don't know.
I don't even know if does the bell even work anymore. You know what I'm saying? Is that even a thing?
Do people still say that?
Yeah, you want to make sure you click the bell so you always know when we're doing something new. Because we don't do it as consistently as we used to.
Right.
So
it comes, but,
yes,
you need that bell to tell you.
Exactly.
All right, guys.
Live from Washington, D.C., you are listening to Just John and April on the Lance J Radio Network.
Just between him and me, there's a night, there's no tricks, ooh, there's love.
Welcome to Just John and April, the relationship podcast, your place to level up your intimacy.
Yeah.
Lance J Radio Network. WOLDC, KIXI 880 AM in Seattle, and 1100 AM in Atlanta, Georgia.
ATL. Yay.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, guys?
It's been a minute, man. Actually, we just skipped a week, so
yeah.
That
But whenever we
though.
skip a week, it feels like a long time.
It feels like a long time.
It really does. Yeah.
We've been really busy lately, man.
I know.
It's been hard to do the show.
And do you know that this is like the beginning of a crazy year.
Well, it's John's senior year.
That's what I'm saying.
We have everything
Things haven't even
possible
started
this year.
yet. You
That's
realize
right.
it hasn't even started yet?
I know, babe. We
His
missed a big
basketball
meeting the
season
other
has
day.
not even started
Basketball
yet.
season hasn't started. Lord have mercy.
Huge meeting for him. Something for him that we missed because we forgot. We were doing
junk.
I didn't put it in the calendar either, but still.
It's crazy, man.
And it's just been, I'm like, it hasn't even begun.
I'm not ready. And he has his own car now. By the way, our son, you're not going to believe this, our 17-year-old son has his own vehicle.
His own car, y'all.
His own whip. It's his, not ours. I went with him today, registered the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He has his own whip.
I'm like, buddy, will you drive me,
Exactly.
you take me this place?
Yeah, he's actually contributing to the family. It's nice.
He is.
Really
He is.
nice.
Yes.
So, babe, we got a live event coming up, and I'm excited. One more live event. And I think they're picking up now. I think people are, even though this was outdoors and it's COVID friendly, I still think people are less scared of COVID now.
They're less
you know
scared, and things are starting to pick up.
Yes.
And I'm liking the live.
I am too. It's fun. I mean, the atmosphere is better.
It is.
It's different.
It's different. I
There's
wouldn't say
something
it's
about
better.
it that's better.
It's different.
I enjoy being able to look at people and see the reaction and response and feel the energy in the place and stuff like that. You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
I also like not driving anywhere and being able to
that
do
is
things.
that is true. I like being able to turn this off and then just take off my top because my bottom is already pajamas. I just take off the top.
Pajamas at the bottom, so you got to actually dress up and all of that. So it has its.
You're right.
That's
true. It has its drawbacks.
It does. But because we haven't done it in so long, because it hasn't been done in a long time. Now that we're back to it, it's like, oh, I like this.
Yeah, me too. It's
fun.
Nice. I agree. Yeah. So we'll be with the Duets. They're having their 25th anniversary. We're going to be somewhere in Virginia. It's going to be on Sunday. It's going to be great. We're going to enjoy it.
I think it's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got something to get into today that I think is interesting, at least to me.
And I don't know what you're going to say. Y'all, when we come to this show, we know our topics, we know what we're going to talk about, but we don't talk it through with each other because we want things to be,
organic,
exactly. Legit.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what he's going to say. He doesn't know what I'm going to say. So I really want to know.
Do you think you're going to agree with me? Like, you don't know what I'm going to say, but you know the topic.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm going to have a different perspective than you, or do you think we're going to agree?
I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. I really don't know right now. So that's why I'm excited about this, because I'm not sure what you're going to say.
All right, so here's the topic.
Okay.
A while ago, we did a show talking about Tom Brady retiring from football. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I said, I think I said this on the show.
We can go back and
we can go back and see that I wasn't sure if he was actually going to retire.
Yeah,
in fact,
you did say that.
Yeah.
You did.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
You did.
So he did retire. And then he unretired. And right now, football season started back. He's playing.
Right.
All right.
Which is kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
And it was so funny. I forgot who the comedian was. Who was it that said they sent him a gift? And he was like, yo, I want my gift back. Like a sentimental letter and all this stuff. Like,
I don't think it was a comedian. I think it was actually Peyton Manning.
Oh, that was Peyton, but he was joking around.
Yeah,
but,
he was just playing around.
But I think he was playing with the truth.
I think it was serious. Yeah.
Because he probably put some stuff in there about how he feels about him that you don't want him to really know when you're playing against him.
Correct.
Or, he's not playing against him. I know he's retired, but I'm saying,
too, but still.
When he's playing still is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, he gave everybody the okie doke. Now, most fans, especially if you're a fan of football, if you're the fan of longevity, if you're a fan of seeing something you've never seen before, it's a positive thing that he's back.
Yes,
but it's negative to one person apparently.
Yes.
To report apparently his wife is not happy with the fact.
Is that how you say her name?
I think it's Gisele. Yes, Gisele Bündchen or something like that.
She is not happy.
She's not happy that he's back playing again.
According to a special source.
There are some sources, exactly. So what did you read? You saw something that said something about whatever's going on that made us be like, yo, because obviously we're a relationship show. That's what we care about.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So they made a decision together that he was going to retire.
Okay.
And he decided that he was going to go ahead and come back without talking with her about it, I guess, or something like that. That's what this source says. Okay.
All right.
And that she doesn't hate that. She doesn't hate football.
Okay.
She likes football.
Okay.
And she doesn't hate that he plays football.
Okay.
But I think that the idea that they made a decision together and now he's going back anyway is causing a rift. It's causing issues in the relationship.
Yes.
So, So what do you think about that?
Well, hold on. There was another piece that apparently, according to the source that you read earlier when we were preparing, I think you said, the source said, basically, he better be retiring at the end of this season if he wants to save his marriage.
Right. That's what the source says.
Okay,
so I'm not sure if that's Gisele saying that or if the source is just predicting that.
Right. It'd be hilarious if Giselle's the actual source.
But I mean, I get it. I can see, that being an issue.
Hold on though.
Okay.
But you also read that he will not commit to saying that he's retiring at the end of the season.
He will not commit, y'all. So it's like, I think somebody asked him, is this it? So is this really your last year? And he was like, I'm just going to take it day by day.
And you said something like, well, eventually somebody's going to be right at some point.
At some point, the prediction is going to be correct. Right. I'm like, wow, that's pretty deep. So I'm wondering if he's like, I'm going to play until I get hurt and I can't play anymore. I'm going to just play as long as I'm healthy enough to play. I'm going to play.
So that's what worries me. Before we get into the actual topic, that's what worries me about him. Football is one of those sports where I've seen a lot of freakish injuries on the field. And it's obviously a very dangerous sport. And the most targeted person on the field on every single play is the quarterback.
Of course.
So, one offensive line missed assignment and the dude could be paralyzed. I mean,
God forbid.
We don't want that.
No.
I'm just saying every game that he plays to me is like.
And the older you are, the easier it is probably.
He's like
for
45.
You to, which is amazing. That he's still doing that at 45. But
yes. Okay, so here's my question.
And is still good at it.
He's really great
That's
actually.
the thing.
Yeah. So here's my question, April. How much of this do you feel is actually about acceptance? In other words, Gisele met Tom in 2006. He was already fully in the NFL.
True.
He was a quarterback for the Patriots. He was winning Super Bowls. And he was obviously at the top of his game, very good at what he does. He takes it seriously. Everybody knows he has a crazy diet. You know what I'm saying? He eats avocado ice cream. He does all this stuff to clearly push his career.
Yeah.
So my question is, do you think any of this has to do with acceptance, where she maybe should have known that, okay, this guy is serious about football. He's probably not going to
quit.
Right. He's probably not going to retire unless he's made to retire or something like that. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that? I guess maybe put a different way, how important is it, do you think, for us as spouses to know each other so that even when we say one thing, we know enough about you to say, that's probably not true. Gisele, shouldn't she have known that a little bit? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, boy.
And maybe that's not even fair to say, but anyway.
So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that I think that this could have something to do with acceptance. You knew me beforehand. You know that I love this game and that I never want to quit, basically.
Right.
I mean, that had to be seen or talked about or something, you know. But I think what happens is as you accept it in the beginning.
Okay.
So that's the thing. It's not that she didn't accept it. She has accepted it.
Okay.
Okay. She's accepted him for his love for football,
yes.
right? But as time goes on, I think, and you have kids and you establish this deeper relationship, and then you see, wait a minute, you know, I don't get enough time with this person. You know, he really is not spending enough time with his kids. Or the kids saying, is dad going to be there? And you're constantly having to tell the kids, no, he has a game. And then you constantly have to see them getting disappointed. So that changes now.
So you're
now
saying
it's
she
not
accepted
about
at the beginning.
And I'm not saying that this is what she's done. Okay. So let's not talk like it's them.
Let's talk like it's us. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
if I was Tom Brady and I ate avocado ice cream.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, let's just talk in general.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I'm saying I could see someone beginning to affect them because now they have to explain to their children every time. So now it's turning. Now it's not about me. Yes, I do want to spend more time with you, but if it was just me and you, and I would just deal with it. I'll go with you, whatever. But when you have kids, you got to take them to school. You got to do all these other kind of things. You got to take them to the games that they play and everything like that.
We had their ages in here, ages 9, 12, and 15, right?
Those are critical ages.
Absolutely.
Okay, critical ages,
yes.
all right?
Yes.
So you have to hear and see the disappointment every time the kids hear dad's not going to be there. So now it turns. Now it's not about acceptance. It's about you need to be home with your family. Okay. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It just switches.
Yes. So I can see that. So I guess what you're saying then is that maybe she did accept this about him.
Yeah.
But then circumstances in life sometimes create situations where something I accepted becomes a liability.
Exactly.
It becomes an issue. And you're like, yo, I can't, okay, this was something that was no big deal before, but now it's something. And
That's right.
This is a real problem.
And it's something because it's now affecting multiple people.
Yeah.
And it's affecting me even more as mom.
Yeah.
Because I have to see.
Yeah.
And I have to be the one to comfort
these
little people who are disappointed
while you're gone
every time.
Playing your game across country somewhere.
Exactly.
I'm the one home with them.
I'm the one home. You can come back and then try to make it up.
Right.
But it's not the same.
You know, you also said that she didn't come to his first game.
She did not come to his first game.
And I don't know if she normally goes to his first game or not.
You know, this is the thing. I don't know if she goes to all the games or whatever.
Right.
But it's like after something like that happens and people are talking and saying, you know, they're having issues, you not being at the game is going to look like, even if it's not, it's going to look like you're not there because you're like, I don't support this.
Once it's out that there's an issue in that area,
even though she could have already had another event or something to go to. But I'm just saying.
She has a career, I believe. So,
she does. She's a model.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a model.
I think she's worth more than Tom. No, I'm not joking.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
I don't know.
I think she makes more money than him.
Well, she is a model and she has 3 children.
Right.
So I'm sure she could have definitely had something else on the calendar.
Yes. So there's something I had to squeeze in because we don't have much time until we get to the break.
Okay.
I was listening to Tony Kornheiser a while ago when he was commenting on Tom Brady leaving. And he said from the beginning, when Tom said, I'm leaving for my family, he said, that's garbage. He said, athletes just say that, but they don't really believe it.
Wow.
He said, to get to that level and to be as good as you are with that, he said, you have to love it and you have to do it enough where basically no one's choosing their family over the sport.
That's what he said. Married to that first.
Basically, is what he was saying. So he was like, he never believed that. And he said it partially because that's his own specific perspective, because he loves it so much and because it's so much a part of him. All right, so my question is, am I like that? Are there things in this arena where I've said something before and you knew I probably wasn't going to do that, or I was going to do what I said I wasn't going to do because you know me when it comes to that particular thing? Or like, do you resonate with this at all?
Definitely.
Okay.
But, you know, I say, you know, there are some things that I know about you, and you say certain things, like you'll say, hey, I'm going to do this or whatever, and I'd be like, no, you're not. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like if she really knows her man, she probably, but I guess if they made that decision together, and let's talk about it after the break. I have something that I want to ask you in a different perspective, but I'm glad that you.
So you have your own perspective on what you think is going on.
But I'm glad that you said that because it's going to lead into the next thing I want to talk about.
All right, so we'll do that when we come right back.
You are listening to the Lance J Radio Network.
Paragon 7 Studios.
Lance J Radio Network. John and April back at you. So April ended that break basically saying that I'm not a man of my word.
I haven't done the bankhead bounce in a minute. Hey.
I'm pretty sure that no one wants to see that. Even though we're in Atlanta, bankhead bounce is not. What's that like? 1990? What? I don't remember.
I will always do the bankhead, okay?
You grew up like right off of Bankhead, actually.
I did.
Yeah, your house is not that far from there.
It was not. I could walk up to Bankhead.
You really could.
I could.
We used to pass by Bankhead courts all the time.
All the time.
Okay, so what's your question? What is your perspective on this as you're thinking about it? You have a slightly different perspective on what might be going on here with Gisele and Tom, and that can inform our relationships in general.
Well, so I guess I wanted to ask you, what was my question? Now I don't remember. I put it up here. Let's see.
Right here.
Oh, yes. So how much of an obligation did Tom have to try to make this decision together with Gisele? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he made the decision with her, and then he came back and changed it on his own. Did not
according to reports.
According to reports. According to reports. Let me put it up.
Yes.
According to the source.
Yes, that's right.
And he ended up making a decision independent of her. You know, how do you feel about that? Because I feel like, if we made a decision together, and then you went back and did something, opposite of what we decided without talking to me about it.
Yes.
I think there would be a lot of heat.
I agree.
In this house.
We've had that happen before, so I already know.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay. I don't want to bring it back up. You know what I'm saying? Get in trouble again. It doesn't happen all the time.
No.
It's happened before in our relationship, though, where a decision was made about something that was different from what we said we wanted to do. And it was like, whoa, what's going on here? We've actually both done it. You did it early on.
Yeah, it was early on.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to what we were talking about before, too.
Okay.
Because you said, have you ever... What'd you say? You said,
I asked you if you ever felt that way about me, that you heard me say something, you knew right then, he's not going to do that.
I'm going to tell you what it was.
Okay, go ahead. Now, first of all, was this just about me not keeping my word, or was this something that goes against who I am?
No. You said you would do something.
Yes.
And I said, no, we're not doing it because you're not going to do that.
Oh, I said it. You said it then.
Yeah, I said it then. I did a Tony. I did what's his name?
I don't know. Tom Brady?
No. Man,
Tony Soprano?
Tony. No, what's his name? The guy that on the radio show.
Oh, Tony Kornheiser.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I said the right name. Tony.
But you didn't say
I forgot the last name. Anyway.
You did a Tony Kornheiser.
When he said that he knows he's not going to retire. Remember when he said that?
Yes, right.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. That's what I did.
Okay.
Because you said... one time the kids were going to a certain school and you were like, and we wanted them to go to another school.
Okay.
And you said, but it was farther away from me. They wouldn't be going to the school
I
where
said I would drop them off and pick them up every day or something like that. What are you saying? I don't do that? I do that all the time right
now.
For
the radio people, I'm staring at the camera right now.
I'm saying I do that all the time now. I drop off and pick them every day.
Please.
I don't?
You do, but it's different.
Okay.
It's not the same because you don't have to.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
You're saying, you're saying in this one, I remember in this one instance, it was a situation where I would have had to be the one.
I would never be able to drop off or pick up.
Yes, I remember
never. I would never be able to do it because I was opposite.
And we didn't do it. We ended up not.
No, we didn't because I said no.
Right.
I said that's a lie. And you're Tom Brady.
Right.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Because that anyway, so
your point is that's an example of you knowing me and saying even though you said that I already know.
Another thing is when you making you scheduled to play golf mad early in the morning and then you be like, you know what, I don't think I'm gonna play because I'm mad tired.
And then the next day I play
anyway. Up and play. I'm like, why do you do that? Like, why do you even play yourself like that? Just go ahead and be like, I know that I'm gonna play, so I know I'm tired, but I'm gonna play anyway. Like, don't do that because then I start making different plans in my head, you know.
Right.
So I think, and when I think about that, I think about them making that decision and him going back. And I'm thinking about how that would have really frustrated me if I had said, okay, we moved the kids, and then you complained every time.
You were like, I knew this was going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Or where you couldn't take them or couldn't pick them up, and I had to figure out whatever. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, that would have made us have some issues in our relationship. And I'm saying that's probably what's happening right now with them because they made a decision together and he went back. I don't think that she would be as upset if he said, I can't stop.
Right.
I cannot retire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they made the decision, made the announcement, that's the thing.
Yes.
He went all the way.
And declared to the whole world, it's for my family.
That's what I'm saying.
He should have done that.
For my family.
Now, let me answer your question real quick.
Again, we really don't know if they are having issues because this is all hearsay.
You're right.
Okay, we don't know.
But we would be having issues if I said I was going to retire and then unretired after we made the decision together.
That's the point.
That's the point.
And other couples would say the same thing, that they would have an issue.
So let me bring a little perspective to this. Okay, now first of all, to answer your question straight up, I agree with you. I think if Tom and Gisele made a decision together, and then he went off and made his own separate decision by himself, he just shot himself in the foot. Every husband knows you're not supposed to do that. You don't do that. Okay?
But I mean,
hold on. Let me say this though.
Husband or wife.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
but he just happens to be the husband.
Right.
So here's the thing though, and this is the thing that is a kind of a secret that husbands don't often say. First of all, a lot of times, I know this happened with me. I will say yes in the moment because I know that it feels right to say yes in that moment, but I'm not really being true to myself. And then maybe a few days later I say, man, you know what? I really don't feel that way.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't necessarily always have the courage to come back and say to you, you know, I really didn't believe, because let's think about this for a second.
Yeah. Wow.
You know it's honorable for me to say I want to do this for the family.
Yes.
But the reality is I actually believe he can play football and still be a family man. I think it's possible for him to still love his wife and kids.
Of course.
And still do what he loves to do.
Of course.
But I think it's hard, and I think in his mind he probably thinks I got to pick one or the other. And in that moment, he may not have made the decision in his right mind. I think he may have made the decision wanting to believe what he was saying. And whatever. And then a couple days later, be like, I should have said that.
I can understand
and then not having the courage to go back to his wife and just say, look, I want to do it. I'm going to just go ahead and sign this contract and I'm coming back. And then maybe I'll get her some nice whatever and she'll be fine with it because I got her some red bottoms. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
That ain't even no shoe for her.
You're right.
Child.
That's like nothing.
That's
less
for
than
you.
Nothing.
So let's just change it. If it was me.
That's
what
for you.
Saying?
Exactly right. You want the red bottoms.
No, I don't think so.
You see what I'm saying though, right?
Yeah. I totally agree because I could see that happening. You're in the moment. You're making this decision. Oh, by the way, they said she is a pros and cons type person. Okay. Like writing them down. And
so here are the pros, here are the cons.
Yeah. So she probably had a lot of cons on that paper.
I'm sure. One of them being my husband could get injured to the point where he's not the same man anymore.
And they said that she is very nervous every time he goes out on the field.
Wow.
So hearing that part of it, so it may not even be that she wants him to be going to all the kids' football games and all the kids, plays at school. She could be thinking about his own safety and well-being. It could be that every time he goes out there, she's scared to death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you hear about all the brain injuries and things that football players go through. And I'm saying she could actually be dealing with that more so, and that is why she wants him to stop because he's not hurt, and so it's like, okay, stop now.
Now it's perfect timing,
and then to go back.
Plus, he has all these Super Bowl wins, stuff like that. He's already broken all these records.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
What else do you have to do? You know what I'm saying?
Now let me just say this: sometimes we make stupid rules too, and this is another secret. Okay. So, you remember? I wanted to finish my doctorate before I was 35. And I ended up getting cancer. And the cancer made it so that I had to take like 9 months off and I lost a bunch of time. And I got my doctorate at 35. But my goal was to get it before I was 35. Now, this is stupid. It doesn't make any difference. It's really dumb. But somehow that goal in my mind was like this thing that I wanted to get. And I was fixated on it. And I don't know why it's not even rational. I can't even explain why it is. So my point is, I wouldn't be surprised if Tom was like, yo, I want to play till I'm 50.
Or I want to play as long as I can play.
No, I think he probably picked a number. He probably said, I want to be the oldest football player of all time. Because you don't say it out loud. You don't tell people. I didn't tell people I want to have my doctorate before I'm 35. That's my thing I had in my own internal thing.
Yeah.
And I was getting upset that I was trying to do all these irrational things to make it so that I would reach this goal. And it was a self-imposed goal. No one else even cared. So I wouldn't be surprised if that may have something to do with it too. It's kind of dumb.
Giving us a lot of secrets.
Yeah,
I like to get a little insight.
Few insights.
The man's brain.
But here's my point, though. I'm not excusing him in any way. Yeah. All I'm saying is this may be more complex than you think. Oftentimes, we try to make it little and just say, man, you should have just kept your word. But in fact, sometimes it's a little bit more complex than that.
Yes.
When I said it in the first place, I meant it.
Yes.
And I wanted to really mean it 100%. But a couple days later, I realized, I really love this.
I think the only problem with something like that is if you don't go back and just state that.
Agreed. You should, you should just be like, I messed up the other day.
And we don't know at all whether or not he did.
True.
But let's just say he didn't.
Right.
Then that would be a big issue if you never went back and said, babe, I really wanted to believe this. I thought I did.
Right.
But I don't see my life without this game right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then maybe there's something, maybe she can say, but, it causes me so much stress when you go, and then they can get into some, I don't know. But the whole point is, if you're going to say it, you're going to do it, and then,
Well, that leads us to our word of the day, actually. So that gives us a really nice segue there.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Word of the day is the word. It's a whack word. You know it already. The word is...
He didn't want to pick this word, y'all. But we couldn't find it. I thought this was a good word.
I think the definition of the word is fitting and perfect for what we're talking about.
It is. But the word is?
Honor.
Honor.
Now, there's a bunch of different definitions for honor. But one we want is...
fulfill an obligation or keep an agreement.
Okay. So it's basically like
honor
honoring your word, saying, doing what you said you were going to do, that kind of thing.
But I think you can still honor your word even if you come back and say, I thought that I meant that. I thought that I really did feel that way.
Yeah.
But after I slept on that joint,
so
it just didn't feel right.
You know what's funny?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny about that, April?
I actually respect you when you come back to me and say, you know what? I thought that I didn't want to get up and play golf the next day, but babe, I think I really do.
So here's the thing. Another definition of honor is regard with great respect. So I think there's me honoring my word, but there's also me acting honorably and coming back to you and just telling you the truth and saying, look.
See, that's why honor was the perfect word.
It was a great word. Excellent job, babe.
Because it fit both of those, and it's very true. It's like I feel like you respect me enough, or to come back, and say to me, "This is actually how I'm really feeling right now," and I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
And it could be that this time you say, "Okay, I'm gonna go back, but we're gonna set some boundaries here."
So
you know what I mean?
So I went back the same way that I...
Right, like I go back, but you know what? I'm coming home right away. I'm not going to stay an extra day. Or, I'm going to make sure I make all the games, all the kids' stuff. I'm going to make sure I come back, or whatever. And you might not be able to make everything if that's the case. Or, you really can't you can't make any promises with whether you're going to get injured. You can't really make any promises when it comes to that.
That's
so if that's really her issue, which would be mine. So I get that. That would be mine as well.
Yeah.
I would say... that's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
That's a tough one. Because you also want your man to be happy.
Yeah.
And to be enjoying what he does for a living. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. And especially if it defines you or it makes you feel like you're yourself. Maybe I shouldn't use the word defines because I don't know if maybe that's too far to say for him. But some things that we do make us feel alive. They make us feel like we're fulfilling our purpose. Makes us feel like we're doing what we were created to do.
Yeah.
And so sometimes to not be doing that anymore, it's hard to kind of divorce yourself from that. You know what I'm saying?
They could kind of meet in the middle and tell him to be the kids' football coach.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if that fulfills the same.
I don't know if it does at all. I think I would have to go out there and actually
Yelling
take
at
over.
the kids.
Exactly. And breaking iPads and stuff. He just broke a tablet the other day at the game. Anyway,
did he?
Yeah, he did. He was mad about something.
Wow.
I didn't actually see it. I just saw the news report.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all.
That's some serious passion.
It is. We love hanging out with y'all. Hopefully you'll want to keep hanging out with us. Sorry we haven't come back live yet. When we come back, we will do it right. It may be a while. We tried to come back a couple of times.
We're trying to get our lives together, y'all.
We are, y'all. We had a couple false starts.
Yeah, we did.
The reality is we will come back at some point. And when we do, it'll be right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So until then, just keep watching us on this.
And follow us on IG,
Yeah. Hit us up on IG. At Just John and April. You know where to follow.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next week. Hopefully.
You will.